This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thanks for joining us tonight. Red light cameras have been at the center of a heated debate all over the Suncoast, especially in the city of Bradenton. The cameras have been gone since last August, but they could be making a comeback. ABC7's Rick Adams is joining us live from City Hall in Bradenton with more on this issue tonight. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, city officials are now looking to bring back these red light cameras. It's something that's stirring up quite a bit of controversy.
No, I don't like the red light cameras.
Longtime Bradenton resident Amy Davis isn't alone. Many folks we talked with are opposed to the red light cameras. That includes Siboney Alcala. She just moved to Bradenton about a month ago, and she tells us she's happy to hear the red light cameras are no longer in the city.
I think that he shouldn't bring it back just because I am new, so the red light would be a really big issue for me.
Bradenton City Council members are now talking about bringing back the cameras. They disappeared from 7 different intersections in August after their contract with the company supplying the cameras expired. Councilman Bemis Smith, who is in opposition of the cameras, says City Council will be discussing the pros and cons of red light cameras in the months ahead.
There's little effect of saving lives and reducing red light accidents by red light cameras. So from my perspective, it becomes a situation where you just punitively punish somebody for running a red light by, say, a half a second.
In addition to the effectiveness of these cameras, another thing that will be discussed in depth is the revenue the cameras generate, as well as the best spots to put them. Jeannie Trevino is visiting the Bradenton area from Texas. She tells us the cameras aren't such a bad thing.
By bringing the cameras back, that would prompt the people, hopefully, to stop, to slow down, and to follow the traffic rules.
Councilman Smith says the earliest the red light cameras would return to Bradenton would be around late September. For many people who live in Bradenton or just drive through, they're not sold on this idea.
I think they should just try to eliminate the program. I think they could use the money somewhere else where it would be more beneficial.
And we did reach out to the Bradenton Police Department, but no one was available for a comment. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. New tonight, a 2-year-old girl is in the hospital after a 2-vehicle accident in Sarasota this afternoon. According to the Sarasota County Fire Department, it happened at the intersection of Prairie View Drive and McIntosh Road just before 6 o'clock. The toddler was flown to All Children's Hospital as a trauma alert. No other injuries were reported in that crash. In Venice, a candlelight vigil will be held tomorrow night to honor the father and daughter killed in an accident off the South Jetty. Friends and loved ones will gather at the Village of the Isles at 7:30 tomorrow in honor of Eugene and Carol Hayden. They died when Carol drove their van into the water Monday afternoon. A makeshift memorial has been created at the scene of the crash, growing in size as people are dropping off flowers and other items. For those who knew the family, they say they were valued in their community.
What goes through your mind? That car, that van bobbing down, and then it's, oh no, that's not just a car. You know, that's Carol and that's Gene. Gene was very much a guy that was in control, very smart man, very much involved.
The accident remains under investigation. Part of I-75 in Punta Gorda is back open after being shut down for several hours due to a brush fire in the area. It broke out at Laguna Drive just before 6 o'clock tonight. The Florida Forest Service, Florida Highway Patrol, and Charlotte County Sheriff's Office all responded to the area. The interstate was shut down in both directions from Bayshore Road to Tucker's Grade. The fire burned 23 acres and is now about 95% contained. Residents should expect to continue to see smoke in the area over the next couple of days. No buildings were damaged in this fire. Drivers heading west on University Parkway trying to cross the interstate will need to find a new route tonight and tomorrow night. Westbound lanes will be closed underneath the interstate until 6 a.m. tomorrow and Friday morning so crews can pave the roadway. Drivers will be rerouted onto I-75 to get around the interstate. On Friday night, the southbound off-ramp will be closed at University Parkway from 11 p.m. until 5 a.m. so crews can pave that ramp. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office sharing some alarming news tonight involving one of the biggest problems plaguing the Suncoast, overdose deaths. Accidental overdose deaths are now the leading cause of accidental death in the United States, even exceeding car accidents among people ages 25 to 64. Many of these deaths are preventable, but some people using drugs don't call 911 if they or someone they know has overdosed because of fear of being arrested. The sheriff's office wants to remind people that witnesses who seek help are given immunity under Florida's Good Samaritan Act. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is letting the community help decide how it can best serve the Suncoast. The Sheriff's Office command staff and a group of 23 citizens have come up with a 4-year strategic plan. There are 4 goals for the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, including working with the community to address public safety concerns, promoting transparency and accountability, and fostering a rich diversity of perspectives. Members of the Citizens Work Group say they brought aspects of 21st century policing to deputies' attention, and in turn, the deputies showed them the challenges that they face on the job.
A lot's going on in that environment, so fair and impartial policing, implicit bias, things that law enforcement is starting to look at and say, we could do things better. And their willingness and openness to do that was impressive to me.
This plan will be reviewed and updated every year to change as the community changes, whether that be in terms of crime patterns, citizen expectations, or demographics. Members of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office and Bradenton Police Department are hitting the road to honor fallen officers. They're joining hundreds of cyclists to Bike 250 from Chesapeake, Virginia to Arlington National Cemetery in Washington, D.C. It's part of an effort to raise money for Law Enforcement United, a group that supports families of fallen officers. Team Manatee has raised $48,000 so far. The team includes Lieutenant James Rackey, Sergeant Joe Negron, and Sergeant Anthony Ramdeth. So we wish them a lot of luck. And now we're going to head over to Bob and get a check on our forecast. Bob, we saw that brush fire earlier. This fire danger is still so high.
Yeah, it is extreme, and we still have some watches and warnings for that. In fact, tomorrow already in effect for much of the Suncoast as far as that high fire danger goes. Currently, we have clear skies. It's still warm, 76 degrees, and the dew point temperature is at 62 right now. Winds are out of the west-northwest at 5, so not much of a breeze. The pressure continues to rise right now, and you can just see from the water vapor imagery, which shows the moisture content in the atmosphere, the dry air continues to really develop right to the north of us and then move right over the top of us. And as a result of a high-pressure ridge, there's a high pressure here. There's another one over here as well. There's a high pressure to the east and west of us. On top of that, we have this in the upper levels of the atmosphere, the sinking air, which causes everything to just kind of be stagnant. And the stagnant air is going to be around, and that means a high problem with the pollution again for ozone. So folks who have respiratory problems, be careful in the afternoon and through the evening hours for the most part. Today it was at 129. We are anticipating similar conditions again tomorrow here along the Suncoast. It'll be the 3rd day in a row. There has been an advisory as far as that goes. And we're still in that no burn ban again for portions of Hardee and DeSoto counties, but there is a burn ban in Manatee, Sarasota, Charlotte, and Highlands County, meaning no fires are expected, or I should say you should not have any kind of open fires outdoors, obviously, and any kind of agricultural burns have been suspended. 76 degrees now in Jacksonville, 76 in Orlando, and temperatures pretty warm up and down the coast. Well, much more on our weather forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to the fallout after that bombshell in Washington after President Trump fired FBI Director James Comey. There are now some questions about the timing and the reason behind it. ABC's Lana Zach has reaction from Congress.
The day after the president decided to fire the man in charge of the FBI investigation into Russia, the president met with Russia's foreign minister and ambassador in the Oval Office. Suspicious timing for Democrats who are questioning the president's motivation to fire James Comey.
Comey was leading an investigation in whether the Trump campaign colluded with the Russians, a serious offense. Were those investigations getting too close to home for the president?
But there's an increasing number of Republicans raising questions, too.
The White House's timing here was less than impeccable.
Just days before, Comey was said to have requested additional resources for his investigation into Russia, but the president maintains that wasn't a factor.
He wasn't doing a good job, very simply.
The White House now saying that the president watched Comey's testimony on TV last week and went from questioning Comey to feeling, quote, strongly inclined to remove him. And early Monday afternoon, the president met with the Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. The president said he thought Comey should be fired, asked for their opinion, and told them to put it in writing. Rosenstein's memo arrived at the White House shortly before 2:30 p.m. Tuesday. Less than 3 hours later, the president sent this letter to FBI headquarters informing Comey, quote, "You're hereby terminated and removed from office effective immediately." And we obtained a letter that Comey sent to staff and friends in which he says he believes that the president can fire the FBI director for any reason or no reason whatsoever. There are now increased calls for a special prosecutor to take over that Russia investigation. Lana Zak, ABC News, Washington.
Former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn may not be able to dodge the Senate Intelligence Committee for much longer. The committee issued him a subpoena today. Federal prosecutors also recently issued subpoenas to his former business associates. Flynn is part of an investigation into Russia's meddling in the 2016 presidential election. President Trump fired him after he misled Vice President Mike Pence about conversations he had with Russia's ambassador. Flynn is also under investigation for business dealings he had with clients tied to foreign governments. Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos received a less than warm welcome today when she delivered the commencement address at a Florida college. The students at Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona booed and even at one point stood with their backs turned to DeVos during her speech. One student was even escorted out. Petitions were circulating in the days leading up to DeVos's scheduled speech at the historically black college. Several students say their reason for protesting her appearance is her now recanted statement that founders of historically black colleges and universities were real pioneers of school choice. In her speech, DeVos mentioned visiting the grave of the school's founder, the daughter of former slaves. That comment drawing the biggest reaction from the audience.
Dr. Bethune stood for education for all people. Before giving a message, I think you need to hear the message and hear what HBCU is about and the issues that affect us.
The president of Bethune-Cookman University says having DeVos speak was a privilege and will hopefully open new doors for the university. President Trump's first 100 days in office, the topic of conversation tonight at Michael's on East. National radio hosts Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, and Bill Bunkley and some others were in Sarasota tonight as part of the President Trump The First 100 Days national tour. The panelists opened a discussion on Trump's presidency and the impact he has had while in office so far.
People want to engage. They want to give their opinion. They want to hear from these experts what they see happening on the inside and what the future brings.
The panelists host several radio programs on the Salem Radio Network, which can be heard locally on 93.7 FM and 103.1, as well as AM 930. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, the wife of the Pulse nightclub shooter staying behind bars as she awaits trial for her alleged role in that tragedy. And helping patients get to their doctor's appointments, what new service one insurance company is offering to those who need it.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Hi,
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Finish Upgrade event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
So Bob, with this heat, the one good place to be would be in the water.
Yeah.
The manatees are enjoying it, that's for
right.
sure. We have some video of some manatees.
Right. And you got to be careful too out there because the little ones are out and about too.
Right,
You don't
look
see
at
those
that.
as easily.
Mhm.
As a mama, you know how appropriate, right? Mother's Day coming up. Mother's Day, that's right. And mom and baby just kind of swimming along right there through Sarasota Bay. Had this video. Actually saw it on social media and asked them if they had it, and sure enough they sent it off to us. But appreciate that. And again, we'll have a photo here in the person who sent this video and coming up in just a little bit. Here's some of the photos that were sent in. This one of the Venice Jetty right here, and Guy says this is just like an artist painted it. It's so unbelievable there tonight at the Venice Jetty. Guy sending this one in, as he always sends us some great photos. And this is the again, the baby manatee and mama swimming together right there. And Randall sending this video in and a photo in. Appreciate that. Keep them coming. And as far as the rainfall, we want that to keep coming too, but it hasn't at all. It seems like for 2017 has been extremely dry out there. Some false echoes and inversions set up as a result of the high pressure showing up some, it looks like rain, but it's not. Believe me, there is no rain around, and that means a fire weather warning in effect. And from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. tomorrow for most of our viewing area. You'll notice the area on western portions of Manatee and Sarasota counties and Charlotte County not included in that. That's simply because we think a sea breeze will develop and the humidity will be a little higher there near the coast, and the temperatures will be a little bit cooler, so that'll be a problem. The air quality has been a problem as of late, and that number continues to stay high, and looks like it will do so again tomorrow as a result of this stagnant weather pattern that we're in right now. 76 warm degrees out there. We have a west-northwest wind at 5, and the pressure is on the rise. High pressure continues to bring in dry air. As that air sinks, it heats up and dries things out considerably. 88 degrees the high today. 85 is our normal, and 94 the record set in 1929. Well, as far as temperatures go for lows tonight, we'll see them into the upper 60s for the most part, mid 70s right near the coast, but generally in the upper 60s up and down the coast. Future winds very light to start the day. We'll have calm conditions out there throughout most of the morning, and then they'll start to pick up a little bit out of the west-northwest and then become a little bit stronger in the afternoon, becoming west at 10 to 15 knots, and then some of that cooler air will make it all the way in, not this far inland as it's depicted here, but I think we will see that sea breeze develop a little bit further inland into eastern portions of Manatee and Sarasota counties. Well, tonight, big storms firing up into Oklahoma and Kansas, backing up into even to Colorado tonight. This area of low pressure will eventually cause some rough weather and even tornadoes, I think, to occur tomorrow in Texas and into Louisiana and Arkansas. You'll see this as we move the map into motion. The high pressure continues to sink right over the top of us, but then there are those big storms again tomorrow afternoon and evening. And then for Friday morning, it kind of calms down a little bit, and then you'll see it fire back up again as we move through time into Louisiana, also into parts of Mississippi and into Alabama, even up into North Carolina. They could get some rough weather there as a result of that storm system. It will eventually bring a weak cold front our way on Saturday, but we can only count on just a few isolated showers with it. Not much rain anticipated here as the front moves through. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s, still cool across the Northeast and throughout the Great Lakes. Detroit now at 53 and 48 in Denver and 52 degrees in Minot, 68 in Kansas City. For boaters tomorrow, winds will be out of the north, very light at 5 knots to start the morning off, and then by late morning and picking up to about 10 knots. Seas will be running 1 to 2 feet. There'll be a light chop throughout much of the morning with a moderate chop in the afternoon. And the UV index will be high tomorrow at 11, water temperature at 80 degrees. And tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay. Next low tide will be at 7:17 and a high tide at 12:42 tomorrow afternoon. Clear skies, mild tonight. Too warm near the beaches. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny, low 90s inland, right along the coastline into the mid 80s there. The extended forecast does call for a very slight chance for a shower or two on Saturday. Mom's Day looks great. Sunshine, 88. And then staying warm throughout the mid part of the work week next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. The wife of the gunman in the Pulse nightclub shooting will remain in jail. An appeals court has ruled that Noor Salman should be released while she awaits trial. In March, a judge in California said she could be released from jail, but that decision was reversed by a federal judge in Orlando. Salman appealed that ruling. The appeals court says her release would pose an unacceptable risk of flight and danger to the community. Salman is charged with obstruction and aiding and abetting her husband, Omar Mateen, who opened fire at the nightclub in Orlando last June. 49 people were killed. Blue Cross Blue Shield is looking to help people get to their doctor's appointments by paying for their Lyft rides. The healthcare provider announced today that it will offer free Lyft rides to those who lack reliable transportation. The doctor's office will see that transportation is a covered benefit when they book your appointment and then can schedule you a ride in either direction. Blue Cross Blue Shield plans to begin this service nationwide in August or September. It will only be available to patients who have a Blue Cross Blue Shield coverage policy through their employer, but it could be expanded in the future. That is a great service. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here's what's happening. Just let it wash over you.
Every time I'm here, I feel like it's a roast of some kind.
It is not a roast. I feel like you look at my body.
I'm not here to talk to you. I'm here to sell goods and get a job.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like cell phone protection for 3 phones, plus an interest-bearing account. And that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get 1 more free. Call today.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALG named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity.
One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
There's a whole new way to bank with Achieva Checking Plus. You get new features like full ID theft protection, and that's good to know. Discover all the benefits at AchievaCU.com. Achieva, banking for good. Achieva Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA.
Now, sports.
The Rays looking to recover tonight after dropping 4 of 5 games against teams with the 2 worst records in the American League, the Blue Jays and the Royals. Up against the Royals again tonight, a scary moment for Chris Archer in the second. Salvador Perez sends the pitch back up the middle, almost taking Archer out. Look at that, but he's able to dodge it. Now to the bottom of the third, Logan Morrison hits a 2-run home run to deep center. The Rays up 3-0. The next batter, Ricky Weeks Jr., with back-to-back home runs on that one. Now to the top of the 7th, Chris Archer hits Perez in the side. Take a look at that right there. Causing some tension between the two. The umpires do have to separate them there. And then to the bottom of the 8th, with the bases loaded, Colby Rasmus with a grand slam. The Rays win 12-1. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers right after this.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Daddy! Happy Mother's Day!
Thank you, sweetie.
Happy Mother's Day.
Exceed your mom's expectations this Mother's Day with flowers from Beneva Flowers and Gifts.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Well, Bob, we're not winning the rain lottery, unfortunately.
Right. Yeah, I wish we could all just get together and kind of do a rain dance.
We need
and then, a little tropical disturbance would pop up and we get our 5-8 inches of rainfall, but it's not happening. Staying dry.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow.